All right, well, let's see about this gem. Yeah, like it was brand new. So we're gonna find out if this is something I should have stayed away from. This unit has been well taken care of. Turns out it's actually fairly crucial that you do clean your air filter. Oh gosh, there is nothing there, boys. That's not French vanilla, it's lighter than that. I wish we could have like a sit down with like engineers and be like, what the f were you thinking? Why is there spark plug wires in the back of the cab? Really disappointed. You know what I don't know? What the hell is this for? It's a sick joke is what it is. Who would do that? Oh, hang on. Wait, just wait. Come on. Whenever you have a machine that you know nothing about and it doesn't currently work, always check the coolant level first. That's probably the source of all of your problems. Yep, this rad cap doesn't come off. That's definitely the issue. So it was brought here, it was sitting outside. The only thing that I've done to it was I took the other track off because one track already was off. So I took the other one off just so I could roll it in here, and that's basically it. I don't know anything about this thing other than it needs a final drive. I don't know if it runs. I was told that it did, but I don't know. What to look at first before diving into a machine that you know nothing about, before you go in, jump in the cab and turn the key switch. Check all the fluid levels. I know I got some hydraulic lines on the left side there to cap off. I don't believe there's any hydraulic oil in the hydraulic tank, but we're just gonna kind of go through everything and then see if we can get this thing started. Because I'm not spending money on something that don't run. I'm gonna get the old Nipex. Such a pile of crap, and yet the meter only reads 1,800 hours. Oh, look at that, she's full. Oh, we're off to a good start. I'm just pulling the air filter cover off right now. Because obviously, like, this is a very critical, oh, aha. So I was kind of making a joke there, but turns out it's actually fairly crucial that you do clean your air filter, or change it at least every once in a while. This is probably the factory air filter right here. Probably never been changed. Holy. The inners usually they're colored. Usually they're either white or blue. This one is brown, which means that this air filter has been pulling dirt through for a long time. I don't know why, but anyways, so we're gonna have to change that. If you look in the inside of there, you can see that it's actually blue on the inside still. So whenever you move your primary air filter, that being the big one, you want to see your secondary as being like brand new. It should look brand new, should be clean. If it starts getting dirty, like you're not doing a very good job changing your primary air filter, as we are witnessing today. That's one of the all-time worst air filters I've seen. This one's gonna need some work. They said it runs, so, oh boy. What did I buy? So there's oil in it. It smells like oil. Full. Do not overfill. That's weird. It's funny, I could have swore the oil line was up to here and the full mark's down here. Let's go ahead and dip that. This unit has been well taken care of. Oh yeah, okay. It's within the limits. Gold star for oil level. Coolant, also good. So the left-hand final drive is missing, no good. They drained the oil out of the right-hand final drive. Why? I don't know. What does that have to do with the left side? Nothing. Hydraulic oil. There's none on the sight glass. So the sight glass is in here. Hydraulic sight glass, there's nothing in there. I'm assuming they probably drained the tank because they took the final drive off. You know what I should have done is I should have had this on a battery charger. Idiot. Oh, this is kind of nifty, okay. So it looks like the coolers swing out of the way here. So we're gonna open this gem of a door. Oh, wow, look at that, good eye. Good eye, apprentice. This is a path you don't want to travel. Look what I'm dealing with here. Like, come on. You want to be working in this all day? What are the odds they ever change the fuel filter? Probably not. Oh, what? They took the AC belt off. Bunch of knobs. This right here, this is why the air filter never got changed. Sometimes it's okay. Put the can down. Take a break. Do your job. Every day is not the weekend. Every day is not Friday night. This thing is disgusting. Oh great, it's missing the battery hold down. That's always good. They're like, oh, we're gonna make these coolers swing out of the way. Yeah, that's a great idea. And then they go ahead and they got all these freaking hoses attached and they don't have enough stretch in them. Come on guys, kind of defeats the purpose. Oh, it's got one of those little Hitachi primer pumps in it. Right there, that's the same fuel primer pump you'll see on a Hitachi excavator. So I'm pretty sure this battery is going to be flat. Whenever you suspect that you have a battery and it's going to be flat, just go ahead and grab your air pressure gauge and check the pressure. And then if it is flat, just put some air in it. Oh gosh, there is nothing there, boys. She's deader than dead. This machine came from the prairies, so it's been exposed to a lot of cold weather and a lot of times. So if you have a battery that goes completely dead, then all the fluid inside is going to freeze, because batteries that have no juice left, they freeze. That's what they do. The electrons keep it from freezing. This one's got kind of a bulge on the end here, which is an indication that it's probably been frozen before. When batteries freeze, a lot of the time, sometimes the plates inside, they'll get pushed one way or another by the ice and they can actually make contact. So then it creates kind of a dangerous situation, because then when you go and you start charging it or something, there'll be a short in a cell in the battery and it can actually bubble off the acid and puts hydrogen pockets in there, and then it can be an explosion hazard. We're not even gonna bother with this battery. We're just gonna pull it out, and that one's going to the scrap bin. Really nice when you're working on cold concrete. Also comes in handy if you haven't got a promotion in a while. You as a cameraman know what I'm talking about. You know, have you ever heard of greasing the wheels? We weren't talking about using, EP2, not Molly-Tack, nope. Oh, I think we brought back probably like half of the prairies with how much dirt's in here. At least there's no battery hold down. Makes my job easier. Well, not really, because I gotta figure something out for a hold down. Always put your socket wrench in so that you short the terminals out to make sure the battery is dead. When you're gonna hook up to boost a battery, which clamp do you put on first? Positive or negative, and why? You always want to attach the negative last and pull it off first. If you attach the negative clamp to a battery that you're going to boost first, and then say you're klutz and you trip and you drop the positive one and it hits the body of the machine, well, it'll arc out then because your ground circuit's already completed. But if you do your negative last and have your positive hooked up, then you can touch the negative wherever you want and it's not going to do anything. That's really the only reason. All right, now through this hydraulic tank here. Gotta find the old drain plug. Oh, look at that. They put it right on the bottom, exposed to all the shit. Is the socket even gonna fit? Oh, are you kidding me? I gotta use my open end wrenches. Oh gosh. Doggone it. I don't think there's any oil in there, but I don't know. This is gonna be way too small if there is. So as long as I don't drop the drain plug, we'll be okay. Well, there's water in there. It's not really the ideal hydraulic fluid. It's not my go-to, but. So, I mean, yeah, when you're in a pinch out in the bush and you got no hydraulic fluid, just throw some water in. It will get you, hopefully, where you need to go, if that. So I'm not sure what we're in for here. I'm kind of thinking there might be quite a bit in there too. So we'll see, like, when we're all done here, how well this machine actually fares in the end, because this could be a testament to Takeuchi products, right? Take all the abuse and just keep going. You thirsty? Oh, I don't like it. Oh, yeah. Do you want some coffee? That's not French vanilla. It's lighter than that. There's not even very much in there. So I'm really not sure this thing's even gonna run, but we are going to find out. Oh, yeah. 1,800 hours. How accurate do you think that hour meter is? Maybe it rolled over 10,000 hours. I doubt it. I don't think I've ever seen one of these that high. Kind of thinking I should probably just change the engine oil before I try and run it. I didn't really want to though. Well, remember that talk we had about that kneeling pad? I'm not gonna say anything else. Yeah, that's just shit, you know, because this thing was the home for something for a while. Oh, this is the air conditioning belt in here. That's what that's for. Is there a lock? Use one of the socket extensions on the floor. And I was really thinking the CAD struts were gonna work. I think I probably got a better pin. Oh yeah, okay. Would be proud of our ingenuity. So you can put one of these on either side in place of the extension. It actually doesn't look terrible under here. It's just needs to actually be cleaned. Kind of just doing a visual on it, really. I haven't looked in here at all. Just looking if there's like any major oil leaks, or I guess this must be the engine oil filter. Oh yeah, that's always, there's a rule of thumb about engine oil filters. You spin it up tight and then do half to like 3/4 of a turn. But in the case of this Takeuchi, just leave it on there loose, because it allows the oil to filter out of the engine, and that way you just add more. You never actually have to change it, and it kind of acts as dust control too. So yeah, don't bother tightening the oil filter. That's silly. So now I'm a little worried because this thing's so flippin' dirty. Yeah, I literally just grabbed it and spun it with my hand. Like, I didn't even have to try. I've never liked this style of oil filter because they have it so it spins on basically upside down. And so if you like to do your oil changes, warm the machine up and then change your oil, then this compartment's usually full of oil, and then as soon as you spin the filter, it all comes out and drips everywhere. So it's a good thing we looked at that. A real gem indeed. So we're gonna find out if this is something I should have stayed away from, or if it was actually a good buy. If it runs half decent, I might keep it for a little bit and just kind of finish up my yard with it, but ultimately I bought this to sell it. So, and if it's a piece and it doesn't run, I'll probably just end up parting it out. Oh, I probably should throw gloves on. Why is there spark plug wires in the back of the cab? It's a really good thing that whoever was working on this doesn't work on it anymore, because this thing doesn't have spark plugs. They're probably like, can one of you guys order me a set of spark plugs for 2006 Takeuchi TL140? I don't think those ones are any good anymore. This is a diesel, man. Oh, did I buy the gasoline model? Shit. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Man, I don't know why I can't figure out where these go. What the heck? How am I ever supposed to get it running? Okay, so right now I am just spinning off. We're gonna go through each filter here. Kind of looks like there's some goo in the bottom of this fuel sediment bowl, so before I try and start this or really do anything, we gotta see what kind of fuel's in it. Smells like diesel. Yeah, there's some goo in the bottom. I was right. This is just the float. It tells you if there's water in it or not, because it sinks in fuel, floats in water, something like that. It baffles me and it absolutely blows my mind that people can just let their machines get to like this state. Why do you have equipment if you don't know the first thing about even a little bit of maintenance? Like, and that's why Takeuchi HD exists. It is to bring some of the maintenance knowledge to the forefront for the consumer so that you guys know how to change your air filter to prevent this. Quite a bit of debris in the bottom of the sediment bowl here. So we're gonna go ahead and clean that out. So far, our hydraulic oil was the consistency of something that came out of the sewer. Air filter was plugged right solid with dirt. The fuel filter has a substantial amount of dirt and sludgy slime in it. What is that hydraulic filter gonna look like? There's nothing in that engine oil filter really. Well, we didn't cut it open, but if we did, that might be a different story. But it's also mounted upside down, so whatever there would have been in the filter would drain back into the engine. And I was just thinking to myself, I was like, I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a filter in here. Like a screen? Just disintegrated. Mind you, this one doesn't have the little spigot in the housing there, so this might just be a sediment bowl. It's a Takeuchi. What do you expect? Okay, so there's actually a filter. Here it is. There's also a screen in this fuel primer pump here that we showed you earlier, similar to the Hitachi's. So we're gonna need to check that too. Really? It's gonna be a freaking 16 millimeter probably. Why? Because that's the only wrench I did not bring. Oh, wait a second. Okay, there we go. There's a little bit of fuel leaking out of there, but that's okay. I can't really trace the hoses because they're all buried. Oh yeah, the sludge kind of smells like paint there. I think we might be draining this fuel tank because I don't think this thing's gonna run on this fuel. Who the heck knows how long this thing has been sitting for. See all that crap on the bottom of the housing there? Yeah, that's rough. We removed this big yellow one. This is the hydraulic filter. And then I just kind of dumped that out on my hand to see if there was any debris or anything in there. There wasn't, it was clean. Although the hydraulic oil, it does look like it looked like motor oil. See, oh, it says right there, hydraulic oil, 1030 or 1040 diesel engine oil. So it is engine oil, because I was like, this looks a lot like engine oil. So I guess we got to put engine oil in there instead of hydraulic. So now I don't know if I have enough engine oil. And the fuel filter here on the engine, I pulled that off and then just dumped it out, made sure it was clean. And that one looked good. By the way, guys, I actually had to change this fuel filter wherever it is. It was, originally I spun it off and I dumped it out to see if there was anything in it, but the fuel came out clean, but it turned out the element was actually plugged. So I had to change it. And so I did. And honestly, like, it's just manufacturer preference, I guess. Like, There's probably something in the hydraulic system that requires specific additives or a specific weight oil that you just don't find in hydraulics. So that's why they're like, oh, use engine oil. This isn't the first machine like I've heard that uses engine oil for the hydraulic oil. There are others, but it's just irritating and weird. On the plus side, if you're out of engine oil, I mean, you can always take some out of the hydraulic tank and put it in the engine. Takeuchi, though, one of the only manufacturers that has pilot-controlled joysticks. Most all other manufacturers of skid steers, it's all electric over hydraulic. Not Takeuchi. Good old Japanese. Ah, I'm sad. I was just looking at the cabin air filter in there, seeing how like plugged up it was. Bunch of silly gooses. Put in the old battery here. Man, how did I lose my light again? Oh, there's so much room. Love it. I wish we could have like a sit down with like engineers and be like, what the f were you thinking? I know, you weren't. You guys are just throw like darts at a board for like, hey, we're gonna put this component here. Don't make it too easy. Mechanics won't have anything to complain about. So like, why couldn't there just be like a window on the outside and you're just like, boop. You wanna know how to get a mechanic to shove his head in a really small hole? Place that hidden bolt way back in there. Tree limbs blocking my path. Key is in the ignition. Holy crap! It's alive! Man, that dash really lit up. I'm stoked. The battery light's flashing and low coolant oil pressure. I don't hear that fuel pump running though. Oh, I hear it, it's running. It's filled everything up. I really want to just try and start it, even though there's not any hydraulic oil in it. No, I think we'll just start it another day. I'm really disappointed. You know what I don't know? What the hell is this for? I wonder if this one here like flipped up and down or something. It's supposed to have a cover like this, but like this one doesn't have that little doodad. Just doesn't make any sense. Like, what the hell is that? I have no idea. It's a sick joke is what it is. Who would do that? All right, guys. I'm just gonna go get some oil. Okay, where were we last time? But anyways, I got the oil, put some oil in it. So, here we go. Oh, hang on. Wait, just wait. It's just the cobwebs. It's just the cobwebs. Like a dream. Hey? Huh? Pretty good for a barn find. I can't believe it. It actually runs really well. Yay! It's sweet. So now, yeah, I made my list. I just gotta order all the parts. I'll get this thing back together, move it outside, give it a good cleaning, probably do some yard work with it, and then I'm gonna sell it. Bye!
Oh, what do we got here? Mr. Ram, North Ram service guy. I actually thought it said North Ram on the side of his truck because the A and the R are very similar. I like how your crane's black, actually. Big black crane, BBC. Thanks for showing it to me when it's erect. No, it's a nice truck, man. I like it. Terrace is a cool place. Yeah, thanks for the pics, man. Keep sending us your pictures. Let's go. Ugh.